Okay, so the next one is from. Oh, this is interesting. Vanilla Isis.
Huh?
That's the guy's name, Vanilla Isis.
Okay.
Mr. Vanilla Isis.
Konnan,
So this could be. This might be a. I'm predicting that this
cameo.
the potential could exist here for this being an email where he insults you. The subject is Konnan versus Flair, Bash at the Beach '96. Oh, but did you wrestle? That's the match you wrestled. You wrestled Flair at the Bash at the Beach '96
for the
Right.
U.S. title.
You know who got best match on that show, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter?
No.
Disco versus D. Malenko for the Cruiserweight title.
That's true.
Really?
That's true.
Peace, guys. This question's for K-Dog. Your U.S. heavyweight title run back in '96 was great, in my opinion. You had great matches with the likes of Eddie Guerrero and Jushin Liger. I've always thought it was weird that Flair beat you for that strap. Around this time, he was mainly putting guys over getting this title. I haven't heard Sullivan talk much about this match other than the ominous "the pendulum swings both ways" comment on a shoot interview. My question is, do you think this title change was a reward by Sullivan for doing a year or so worth of jobs? If so, how'd you feel about this? Hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Vanilla Isis.
This is Vanilla Isis. Well, listen, Flair was champion 2 or 3 times from 95 to 96. World champion.
Joe, let me read this email again, the first line.
Yeah.
This question is for K-Dog. Is the first sentence in the thing.
I'm just saying he was world champ. How was he jobbing for a year?
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, Joe answered for Konnan. You can go ahead and answer for Konnan.
Well, no, I don't think that was a favor for Flair for doing jobs because he was world champion. So I think it might have been like, hey, we took the main belt off you. Here's the secondary belt, that kind of thing. But I don't know. And Konnan had like a 6-month run as U.S. champion prior to that too. So
I didn't have any problems with it because it was Ric Flair, who, I personally do not like, but professionally, he was like my idol.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And so to me, it was a big deal to go in there with him. Woman was part of the angle too. I think she hit me with a shoe or some shit, and I love Woman to death. And the 2 things I will say, I asked him to do 2 moves for me, and he did. He did the corner spot that he always does, and he did the Flair face bump, which I actually just put in there just for my own marksmanship, And but like I said, the motherfucker was talking to me in Carney in the ring, and I could not understand absolutely nothing he was telling me because he was calling everything in the ring, literally.
Well, it seemed like they had a little, and I don't know. I don't know if Kevin talks about this in any other interviews, or if he's going to talk about it on his podcast. But from there, you lost the U.S. belt to Flair, and then it seemed like you floundered for a while. Like they didn't really know what to do with you. Then you were a heel out of nowhere. You were with Kevin in the Dungeon of Doom. So between this U.S. title loss and the Wolfpack, it seemed like they didn't really know what to do with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't know what to do with me anyways, bro. I was a lucha guy. Hardly nobody that really knew lucha, wrestled lucha, and they just didn't. They were like, fuck it, let's put them in the Dungeon of Doom while we figure out what we can do. Yeah. And then that's when I went to the NWOC team. And then after that, I went to the Wolfpack.
Right.
There was a lot of talent there, bro. A lot.